What's good, YouTube? It's cuddleofdeath here. Very happy day, woo! And you may or may not be able to tell, I am super freaking sick, but we're still bringing you guys another United Championship League battle. This particular week, we're going against Elmas to show off, the coach of the Durham Druddigons. And also, this is post-com because I'm sure as I continue to commentate, you guys will hear my voice just get worse and worse. My nose will get very stuffy. I've been blowing it all day. And actually for the past few days I've been blowing it. My throat's really bad and stuff. Also, since I didn't show the exact team, I'll have all of that information about my team in the description, like the spreads, the nature, and all of that good fun stuff. So make sure to check that out. And as with every week, keep in mind that all of our United Championship League battles are for fun. Yes, I do know how to competitively battle, but I always think that leagues like this should totally be taken for fun. Actually, this entire league is for fun, whether people choose to do whatever or whatnot. So yeah, it's totally for fun every week. So make sure to go check out Leo, his link will be in the description, and tell him good battle. So we start off with our Liepard here. He leads with his Thunderous, which is a big problem because it actually outspeeds Liepard and runs Prankster. So I decided to go ahead and switch out there, and it's funny that he decided to switch into his Azumarill, which was actually a really good switch for us since we went into Seismitoad. This is an Impish Seismitoad with max HP and an Assault Vest because it can still take a Grass Knot from his Thunderous if he runs it. So it's totally fine. We can still handle one Grass Knot. But instead, we actually go for the Poison Jab here. Get the poison on Azumarill, and I was super happy with that. But pretty much everything on his team, we can just slap him upside the face with a Poison Jab, and we are good to go. Unfortunately, against that Mienshao, we didn't get any poison on him, but we did do a fair amount of damage. But unfortunately for us, Mienshao's obviously Regenerator, so he's just going to get that HP back. He goes out into his Azumarill again to take a Poison Jab, and is the first KO of the game. I was so happy to see that Azumarill go down because I kind of predicted him to bring it based off of my team, my draft, and having some Dargons there. Gotta have the Dargons. Also, with that knockoff from Thunderous, I think that the crit did matter there because of how bulky we are, and I couldn't imagine this Thunderous having attack investments, even though he could run it either with attack or special attack, so I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him with that. But regardless, Seismitoad did go down. I was willing to sacrifice him anyways just to bring in my Latias, who is Choice Scarfed, modest, max special attack. Nothing on his team wanted to take a Draco Meteor after that Azumarill fell down. So that was definitely good for us. I don't believe the crit mattered there. Who knows though? Because it's freaking Pokemon. People get crits, they get hacks. Don't ever let people discredit other people's wins because of quote unquote hacks or whatever. So he goes into his Charizard, doesn't automatically Mega Evolve, and honestly that's not bad for us because Liepard's actually able to put in work. He predicts the Thunder Wave, and this could have went one of two ways. I was actually thinking of going for a U-turn on Charizard, predicting that he would predict my Thunder Wave, but I decided not to do so just in case he wanted to go for like a Dragon Dance or something. So he switches out into his Modem, as I call it, to absorb that Thunder Wave there. We U-turn, go out into Heatran to take a discharge on our Fuego. And Fuego's, you know, got some HP investments, and he actually had some speed investments to outspeed Cresselia, which he didn't bring, so it's okay. And his Modem is running Hidden Power Ground, so our Shuca Berry causes it to do less damage. And unfortunately for us, we do get the Para Hacks against us, which is okay. And at this point, I'm totally willing to sacrifice my Heatran, and I was predicting that so Leo would think that I would switch. He goes for the sub, which definitely suggests that he thought we would switch. I go for the Dark Pulse because it pretty much hits everything on his team. And I could have gone for the Lava Plume there, but regardless, his sub did break, and I was super happy about that because this little Rotom can be super annoying. He goes back for the sub again, just eating up his own HP, which isn't really all that bad because he does have leftovers. And we do get the Para Hacks, which is definitely in favor of him once again. And in this battle, I was definitely content with sacrificing a lot of my Pokemon off based off of what Pokemon he had left. So I do sacrifice my Heatran. That way I can get a sort of a free switch, but he still does have that substitute up, which is really annoying. Once again, my nose, like I said, is getting super stuffy. Can't do anything about it. Not blowing my nose in the middle of this common tree. So we go into Liepard, which is a free U-turn to break that sub there. And at this point, he can't really do anything to my Ferrothorn. So that would definitely be the perfect switch here to deal with this Rotom. So we decide to go into Espina, my Ferrothorn, to take any hit that this thing wants to do, even the discharge if he paralyzes us. Not a big deal. Ferrothorn is actually running Stealth Rocks, which is great against his Charizard. Is actually quite perfect. And at this point I was thinking it would be great to set up rocks, but of course he figured that out and he decides to go ahead and go into his Charizard because he doesn't want to risk taking rocks damage, because it doesn't seem like he has any Pokemon on his team to get rid of rocks or any other hazards. At this point I was thinking, alright, he could totally Flare Blitz Ferrothorn and take it out. I'm fine with sacrificing it. I just want him to take recoil damage and Iron Barbs damage at this point. So totally okay once again with losing Ferrothorn, because I would much rather lose Ferrothorn and get a free switch, or I guess it's not free because it's at the cost of Espina's life. But we still wanted to get back into Liepard or even Latias, honestly, at this point, because Latias is able to deal damage. But we decided to go ahead and go into Liepard because we know we're going to outspeed it. We have Foul Play, and, you know, he's packing a max amount of attack there. So we take out his Megazord X. Super happy to see that thing go down. Now, this Mienshao comes back out. And Mienshao is a super speedy Pokemon. Leo has actually rarely taken Mienshao, or I can't even remember if he's even taken it at all. If he has, it's only been to like 1 or 2 battles. So he outspeeds us, goes for a U-turn, and I totally should have went for like a Thunder Wave there or something, but that's alright. I was thinking of different possibilities, and I didn't make the right choice there. I can definitely admit to that. I did not make the right choice there, but again, I was alright. So I go into Phantasma, which is a hilarious Dusknoir set. I definitely suggest you guys to check out the description for his set here. He's very, very funny. I'll go ahead and give away some of it. It's Trick with a Choice Scarf. We have Infestation, Rest, and what was the other one? Toxic. So it's just a really jerky freaking Dusknoir, which was my favorite set to create this time, because you guys know, if you've been watching week by week, I love to have weird sets because catching people off guard is my favorite thing. I actually can't wait to see Leo's reaction to this set here. So he still has his Rotom and just discharging away, and at this point it's just going to keep chipping away at my HP, so I decided to go for Rest, knowing that he's not able to sub anymore since he is locked into Discharge. But unfortunately for us, since we didn't have a Chesto Berry, since we decided to go for the trick set, it's going to be a 2-turn wake up every time, so we do have to take some damage and hope that he does not get any critical hits. And this Dusknoir is actually split between special defense and defense with 252 in HP, so it's really funny to mess with. And I have been wanting to run a set similar to this like since my first UCL battle. So this was the perfect time to try to run it, since it's able to eat up hits and be super annoying. So you decide to get some damage in, still just staying in with Rotom, going for Discharge. We do get the Toxic off here. I was worried about the miss, but it does land, which is perfect because I know Dusknoir can still take another Discharge and rest his HP back up, or rest her HP back up. Phantasma is definitely a she. So at this point it's just like stall fest back and forth with this Dusknoir, and I don't know, I think it's funny, and I was so happy that it lived that a little bit more damage. There's just 18 HP shy of a kill, so this is definitely pretty easy for us at this point, and I was feeling pretty confident here. I was feeling really, really confident. I was happy to be able to use this Dusknoir, and at the same time, whenever I first made my team, I was a little bit like worried, I guess, because I know Leo has a very, very bulky draft with a a bunch of really great mons in it. It's not just bulky. I shouldn't say that because not all of his draft is bulky, but he has some fantastic Pokemon available to him, and it was definitely scary coming up, and thinking about doing this battle was scary to think about Leo's team. So Mojado finally does go down, and I have mad voice cracks going on right now. Mojado dies. He goes back into Mienshao, and I'm like, okay, well, he's got knockoff. And at this point, I'm a little bit worried. I'm not gonna lie. The time was counting down, and I was freaking out. I wanted to lose my Choice Scarf on my Latias so I can still go ahead and take care of the rest of his team. And I knew that it almost would OHKO. But the problem here is that his Mienshao is actually Choice Scarfed. So it was still gonna outspeed no matter what. Otherwise, I believe if we were both Jolly and he didn't have Choice Scarf, I think it was a speed tie if I was timid, but I was actually modest, so he would still outspeed regardless. So the thing here is Phantasma wakes up, and I could have rested since he was choiced into knockoff, but I went for a toxic. Once again, I was just like, I'm not feeling well. I panicked on that Latias play. The only way that we could have won there is if I didn't switch, if I woke back up and used another rest, and then he would have to get maybe some low rolls on his knockoff after getting rid of our item, which at that point was leftover since we had tricked Rotom's leftovers onto us. But outside of that, since my Latias was actually modest, there was no way that it was going to outspeed his Mienshao if it was Jolly, and he still had Tauros left, which could deal a fair amount of damage regardless. We could have definitely just have tried to do like Draco Meteor or something, or like I said, our best bet would have been to stay in with Dusknoir there and have gone for a rest. It was very, very close, and I thoroughly enjoyed the battle. It was a fantastic battle. I understand, yes, there were some hacks. There's hacks in every battle, but like I said, don't let hacks... Like, I see on UCL videos all the time, people commenting, oh, this person only won because of hacks. Don't ever discredit someone else's win because of hacks here and there. I don't think it would have made a difference here, but who knows, because once again, I always try to spread like a positive message. Hacks has always been in Pokemon since Gen 1. These battles are for fun every week. This is a super close battle, and yes, with things being different, you could of course have a different outcome. I really like how close this battle was. It was super exciting. Leo played very well. He's a fantastic battler. And I think next week we're taking on the Toronto Togekiss with the Heatran being the coach. So once again, make sure to check out Leo's channel linked in the description. Tell him that he battled very well, and I hope that you guys enjoy this battle. You guys know I never care about winning or losing. We always have fun, and that's the deal. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out the other videos on the channel now that I'm back from Canada. We're back in Oklahoma. We are uploading Let's Plays again and streaming. Well, I'll probably stream more whenever I'm not sick. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for checking out the video, and I'll see you guys back in the next video. I love you guys. Bye. I say that all.